Hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Helene. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is my first YouTube video. I decided that we're gonna start with Magnolia Parks. My initial plan for this video was that I was going to do a recap after every single book. My new plan, do a little vlog style, read and catch up as I go along. 387 pages. I have this much left. My bad. So sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. Come grab a fun drink. Come hang out with me. My goal is finish this book today. Tell me why I was rooting for Tom. I have 3 chapters left. She gets back together with BJ and she has to tell Tom. I can't undo that. I'm not trying. I'm just telling you so someone has. He's going to hurt you again and I don't know that I'll be here when he does. I've really grown attached to Tom. The fact that he's the greatest dude ever. Magnolia even said she'd have a great life with this dude. The last time they said we're finally done, I believed it. They got me. I have 3 chapters left. Oh my god. I did not see that coming. It was the best friend. Paley? I just finished it. The best friend. I did not see it coming. The emotional roller coaster. Oh my god. Why the best friend? And the way he wanted it and he enjoyed it. I thought it was bad enough that he had said he wanted it. Her best friend? Tom was right. I'm so glad I got my reaction to that on camera. The best friend. We already know he cheated. The fact that it's with the girl who has been rooting for them to get back together. I can't believe that. I'm so wow. I need to come back when I have more thoughts. It's been a couple days. I've been able to process more of my feelings. Overall, loved it. It was heartbreaking and it was really hard to go through the entire book consistently having my heart being shattered, but it was so fun. I still enjoyed it. So I rate my books purely off of vibes. If a book can make me feel every single emotion, then it is absolute perfection. So overall, I would give this book a 4.75. Like I said, it's been a couple days, so I've actually already started Daisy Hates. First thoughts, I'm 74 pages in. I'm already sadder than I was in Magnolia Parks. I feel so much for Daisy. She deserves so much better. Already though, the plotline is so much cooler and so much more exciting. I really like how different it is. So I'm gonna keep reading. I'll keep you updated. Hello. I'm basically at like the halfway mark. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it. It's taking me longer to read this book only because school is kind of being a lot right now. I'm trying my best. I really like how we're getting Christian's perspective on things that happened in the Magnolia Parks book. I think that's such a cool twist. Something I've found though is that in those moments where we're reliving, I have 1 brain cell left, I'm so sorry, where we get same situation, just different POV. I find that when it's in Christian's point of view, I'm so annoyed with Magnolia. I find her so annoying. I was rooting for her all through the first book, love her. It's so odd, I don't know. I really love that we get Julian's perspective as well as Daisy's and Christian's. I think that adds so much. And I love that he's an art stealer. I think that's so funny and not what I expected. For some reason, I just love that he's an art stealer. The story of Julian and Daisy's parents had me in complete tears. I was sobbing. I was not okay. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm gonna try and do more reading tonight. I don't think I'll get to it. I have about one working brain cell left. Also, Taylor Swift's new album had me in a chokehold, and the fact that it was a double album, oh my god. The last time we checked in, I said I was halfway through the book. And then I realized that I didn't actually film an entire check-in. I thought I did. I didn't. So here we are with 45 pages left. Completely my bad. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. See, here's the thing. I have no idea how this book is gonna end. Usually I have some sort of idea of how books are gonna leave off, even though obviously the ends of the books are when the most plot twisty things can plot twist. I don't know. I mean, my guess is that she ends up with Christian, but that is the world's most obvious guess you can possibly have. I don't know what's happening. Love it. I'm having so much fun. Again, 45 pages left. What's going on? The things Julian said. To say that to your sister is insane, especially under the circumstances. She's done. I really liked it. The way Rome was still trying to get with Daisy when her and Christian, they were officially together and he was still trying to get with Daisy, that pissed me off because they made it so clear that they were together and that they were officially together. So for him to keep trying and barging in, Daisy started killing me a bit too. When she, I understand that she did not want to talk to Christian after what happened. I understand. But then when she went, okay, you know what? Finally, let's talk. And then she refused to let him get 2 words in. I love some communication and I wasn't getting that, but it's okay. We still love her. She's got her moments. Good on her though for setting boundaries after Julian broke her rules. I'm so glad that she actually stood up for the standards that she set for him. You broke this rule, that's it, we're done. To her own brother, it's devastating that he broke her rule. I'm so proud of her. She even actively plotted against it. She didn't just let that slide. So props to you, girl. That being said, I'm also very glad that she saw parallels between Julian and Christian, which made her decide, you know what, her and Christian, just not it right now. Homegirl is setting boundaries and I love that so much for her. In the end though, if we're being so for real, I felt like I wasn't as emotionally invested as I could have been. The ending was devastating. However, I felt like I didn't really feel much. I wanted to feel like I was being ripped in half, and I wasn't being ripped in half. I was just sad, and that's fine. But that's when the emotional investment comes in. I would say this time around, it was not there in the end. I felt like I didn't really truly feel as much as I could have. But yeah, Daisy Hates is done. I would give this one a solid 4. I realized I have to be more conscious of filming and recapping. Like, filming about a book that I'm reading is actually very difficult, considering I get really distracted and really sucked in and I just want to read and read and read, and then suddenly I'm halfway through. Sorry. I forgot how much I miss them. I'm flying by this book. I started it like 2 days ago. I'm obsessed. I love, love, love. This book is a lot more sad. I am back to being absolutely obsessed with Magnolia. I was worried, considering from Daisy Hates, I was really getting annoyed with her, but I am back to being absolutely obsessed with her. So Jordan, Miss Jordan, she's annoying me a bit. She's annoyed me at times. I feel bad for her at other times. At other times I don't feel bad for her. I feel like she just kind of doesn't get it. And BJ has said the same thing. She didn't grow up with all of them. She doesn't understand how it is with BJ and Magnolia. She doesn't understand. I do find it a bit odd at this point though that Jonah is trying so hard to get back into good graces with Magnolia. He actively chose to hide something from her. He actively chose to hurt her by keeping BJ's secret. So I don't feel bad for him. And he's obsessed with trying to get her forgiveness. I don't understand it. I think it's weird. I don't understand why he is so obsessed with trying to get her attention and her forgiveness back. BJ and Magnolia are so much meaner. It is shattering my heart. The book overall is sadder, but they're just so much meaner to each other. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's in the air, but it's breaking my heart. I'm almost done here. I'm on page 499. I wanted to get some thoughts in before I forget. Something I'm having trouble understanding is why it is so damn hard for BJ to break up with Jordan. We all know he wants Magnolia, so why is it so hard to find the right time to break up with Jordan? I don't understand his logic there, especially after the DJ thing. I feel like that should have been the indicator right there, but no, it's taken the dude way too long. On top of that, Jordan makes me so angry. The way she inserted herself into BJ and Magnolia's thing, telling Magnolia about a trip to Italy that they're not even going on, it felt so unnecessary, and I felt so sad for Magnolia, and it made me so angry that she was doing that in the first place. Jordan has no place to do that. That was also what bothered me about Jordan not inviting Magnolia to BJ's birthday thing. She took it upon herself to hurt her for him. Yes, she's his girlfriend at the moment, but I felt like she had no place to hurt Magnolia. She admitted too that she did it because she thought BJ likes hurting her, and so that whole thing made me feel so icky. Julian's confusing me. At some points, he seems completely in love with Magnolia, and then he's like, we're not dating. But he also seems to be in denial, but sometimes he's not in denial, but sometimes, a lot of times, he is. And then the way he reacted so nice about Magnolia breaking it off after the whole thing went down at Jonah's club, he was so nice to Magnolia after she was breaking up with him and saying that the whole reason for that was to help her get with BJ again. Like, it confused me even more because it seemed like he had good intentions for why he did that, but also part of me doesn't believe that that was the only reason he did that, but I don't know, and I'm just weirded out by how chill he was about everything. Oh, maybe he just doesn't want to burn bridges, and I completely understand and respect that, but it threw me off so much. I am so proud of Magnolia for how she handled running into Piley. Not what I was expecting. I'm so proud of her. Logistically, the car crash makes no sense to me. I think this was on purpose. I think someone from Julian's whole gang world did this because they caught wind of him and Magnolia being a thing, was trying to get to him, trying to mess with him, trying to make him react. I also love that we just never heard from Jordan ever again. She just left. It does surprise me a bit that Magnolia was so on board with marrying BJ after the whole thing went down, but I am so incredibly happy for them. I have a solid 14 pages left, and I'm not ready to leave their world again. Having trouble processing. The ending took such a big turn. I have absolutely no thoughts at this point. I'm a bit confused with how we left off with Bridget. Oh my god, I hope she's not actually gone. I don't know why, but for some reason I kept thinking that BJ and Magnolia were going to split up again. I was happily surprised. This is making me feel like I need to pick up the next Daisy Hates book immediately, right now actually. Vibes were so great. Solid 4.75. Missed them so much. All I have to say is just wow. That being said, I think I want to go ahead and start that now. It's one of those nights where we're just gonna keep reading. I already like this Daisy Hates book way better than the other one. I'm so not surprised that Daisy and Tiller are together at this point. I was just waiting for when it was actually gonna happen. I'm really liking Julian's perspective with Magnolia. I really love the extra detail we get because it's in Julian's perspective. I feel like in Long Way Home, he was lacking a personality at times and it ruined some moments. I like it so much better that we get his perspective into their thing. The way Tiller doesn't invite Daisy to any of his work functions though, I don't like that. And then the only one she's ever been invited to and gone to, his ex-girlfriend also was invited to and went to and made Daisy feel awful and so unwelcome. It made me so mad and so sad for her. He lost points with me there. However, I think it is so understandable that he is not comfortable with being in Daisy's world. The dude's a cop. He has spent a good chunk of his adult life trying to catch the people that she cares about and loves and the people that she hangs out with. I feel like Daisy's not giving him enough credit for actually how weird and how much of an adjustment it has to be. I'm just imagining the people at her New Year's party that they're hanging out with are people that he's had warrants out with and he's actively trying to catch and they're just chilling at the bar. That would be so weird. And for him to have to be okay with that, she's not giving him enough credit for that. Loving it. Gonna keep reading. Tiller's ex, she annoys me so much. Daisy and Tiller's breakup, that is the craziest breakup I have ever read. Absolutely insane. Christian and Daisy are back. I am so excited for them. I feel like I got my heart ripped out and thrown right back at me. It did not cross my mind in Long Way Home just how much the Hates family was going through towards the end of the book. That's the beauty of having a whole different perspective in the same timeline. I want a normal life for Daisy and Julian so bad. I feel so much for them and all I want is just a normal life for them. Between the breakup, between between Magnolia and Julian, and then the sex tape coming out of Christian and his whoever that was, and they were going through it, and I just want to give them the biggest hug. I was a bit mad at Daisy for running so quick back to Rome after their whole argument. They didn't do anything, but still, it's the principle of it. Like, come on, you could have just not. I called it though. I knew that the car accident was not actually an accident. Devastating, yes. I saw it coming though. Overall, I just really want a normal life for them. Why'd they have to flee the country? Daisy and Christian had just figured out their things, and then she's kidnapped by her own brother to be sent to another country. My heart is in pieces. This is a 5-star for me. 5-star feelings, vibes, everything. Absolute perfection. I would recommend the entire series just to read this book. I loved it. I had so much fun with it. Absolutely incredible. I wouldn't change anything about it. I have absolutely no sympathy for Tara. It is only her fault. She put herself in this position. She strung along both Henry and Jonah. It was all her. I genuinely feel like she has no right to be upset about Henry ultimately saying, I need space from this. The thing they went through, absolute insanity. The way BJ manipulated Magnolia's parents into getting her that island for her birthday, absolutely iconic. I loved it. By far my favorite scene in all of these books. Back to the topic of Henry and Tara. I feel like Magnolia had absolutely no right to try and get Henry to talk to Tara. I understand that they're friends, but I feel like there was no place for her to give that sort of ultimatum to him, because it was talk to Tara or Romilly doesn't go on the vacation, and I don't stand for that. Why does he need to talk to Tara before Romilly goes on the vacation? Maybe there was context there that I was missing, but I felt like she had no right to do that. The way BJ handled the Piley run-in, so good. I've been waiting for him to have that opportunity, and I'm so glad it happened. I am 270 pages in, and I'm loving it. It's a lot sadder, especially since Bridget's absence. I miss her so much, and I know everybody else does as well, because I care so much about these characters. It's really hard to read sometimes the things that they're going through. I just want to give them the biggest hugs in the entire world and take away all their pain. I am so happy that Daisy and Julian are back. I'm also so surprised with how Julian handled the little reunion with Magnolia, the little meetup. I did agree with BJ when he said that Magnolia always automatically assumes the worst of him. I think that's a reoccurring problem for them. I understand the long-term effects that cheating can have on an individual. It's so hard to watch them go through that with each other. Magnolia coming along to BJ's therapy sessions has to have been their best idea they have ever had. I'm so happy they're doing that. I'm so happy that they're both getting the help that they need to be amazing for each other. Even though she was so disrespectful to his therapist in the beginning, I was so... Harley is awful. I want him to not be in this book anymore. He is absolutely awful. I didn't like him before, but now I really do not like him. Daisy and Christian's breakup. She slept with Rome. Finding that out in Magnolia's perspective, I have never been so angry at a fictional character before. It made me so mad. I stopped reading and I continued to stop for multiple hours. I'm still so angry at her for doing that. I don't know what happened. I feel like there's a lot we don't know about what's going on with Daisy Daisy and Julian. I've never been so angry at a fictional character before. And the fact that she was cheating on Christian with Rome for multiple times since a trip? No, absolutely not. And then how Daisy and Julian treated Magnolia when she came over to their house was just so... I did not like it at all. Part of me thought it was maybe because of the car accident, like they're feeling guilty from that, but I think there's a lot more that we are not seeing. I want their perspective of this book so bad. And then Magnolia flying economy. That is so funny to me, and I love that it was for Bridget. I cried out of happiness, sadness, surprise, every single emotion. This is my first 6-star. The amount of love I have for this book is unreal. The whole trip that Magnolia, BJ, Henry, and Allie took for Bridget, I feel like it was so healing for everybody, including me. And then Magnolia letting Bridget go at the volcano shattered me. I'm so happy that BJ brought up the idea of them getting married in Bali, where Bridget wanted to get married. One last thing for Bridge. I'm actually really glad that Harley came anyways to the wedding, even though he wasn't invited, and apologized. He apologized. I have this much more respect for him now. And their vows, absolutely beautiful. I cried and I cried and I cried. BJ writing the speech for Bridget as if she wrote it made me sob even more. And the fact that he made a necklace for Magnolia out of her ashes. I'm not okay. You see how much I annotated. There's actually a few annotations I haven't even put on here because I ran out of a certain color and I ordered more. That way I can add them back in. They're arriving tonight. Don't you worry. But that is how much I loved this book. Loved it. It is safe to say I absolutely ate this series up. The annotations go crazy. And Into the Dark, my first 6-star read ever. As far as romances go, this series is definitely in my top favorites. Seeing these characters' growth was absolutely amazing. I loved how real they were. They seem like such real people to me, especially for romance books. It can be hard for me to see them as real people. They all felt so real to me, actually real human beings. The next time I'm in London, I might run into them. That's how real they felt to me. I'm really glad I stuck this series aside for when I felt like I was mentally ready to enjoy this series for what it is. I felt so much for these books and I'm so happy with them. Their journeys, all of them. Like, I truly care for all of these characters as if they're real human beings. Thank you again for stopping by and coming on this journey with me, and I'll see you next time.